everyone. Thank you for coming to my Vulnerably Badass YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about trying different dentists in US. Since I came to US, I didn't have any dental checkup, and I think in Korea I was having regular checkup, but since after COVID and moving to all the process of moving to immigrating to US, I got out of the regular checkup cycle, so I decided to go to a dentist. And it's not first time. When I was in San Diego getting my degree or bachelor's degree, or when I was in Illinois getting my master's degree, I went to dentist. But it's always kind of concern to go to different doctors, and because I never had any issue with my body except for my pregnancy and gestational diabetes, I never had any other major health problem. So dental is like really direct, right? Like you feel the pain and you feel the drilling and everything. So to me, dental is the most traumatic, scary experience. So I was concerned, where should I go? But then I had to make a decision on my own at the beginning, and then I have no idea. So out of the possible dentists, on the list, I chose the closest one because I thought, convenience is most important, to just go back and forth. And also I checked the review on Google and it wasn't bad, so I went there. The first one, but it was relatively small because in my area is more developed residential area, and then in a shopping, what do you call, like not shopping mall, but little stores and grocery stores and things like that. So the office itself was a little bit small, it looked a little bit old, and a few things caught my eyes, like the brochures and stuff that was supposed to be organized. It was like half hanging, or like I look, like, oh, not really clean or like organized. And I look at corner and there was a little bit of dust. So I was like, yeah, it looked okay, but these details I can't pay attention because dentist or hospital, I think many people hope that they're clean or organized, right? Especially, I don't know, dentist, any I don't know, hospital, it's kind of detail is important. That's my view. So I had some doubt about it, and then they said they found many cavities, and it was surprised because in Korea I thought they fixed everything, but and then I went back and they said they're gonna do everything at one time. And when I did that, the first doctor was really rough. She's a female doctor, but then she was like yanked, because it was like upper right, like yanked my lips so much and it got ripped, and I had to ask for Vaseline after the procedure. And then not so much of explanation, like very minimum. I know she's not the native English speaker, but it was minimum. And then of course I look at the x-ray pictures and everything, but and not gentle, just okay, let's get to it, and then let's just get it done quick, kind of. That's how I felt, and very rough. So at the end of that experience, I felt like, wow, my lips hurt so much, and like she yanked every time, every time she wanted me to twist my, like turn my head, like she yanked and kept. So it hurt so much. Oh yeah, and then the first time, before we started, I asked her like, oh, I'm kind of scared, so please be gentle. And she was like, what are you talking about? You're gonna get numbed anyway. And I'm like, okay, like tough love. But I think how she communicates kind of correlates with how she does the procedure. So I don't know, I can't see. So maybe she is a good dentist and she did whatever right. But then for me it's how, because I'm so scared of dentist and communication. And then after 1 week, it started hurting. So I called back and said, it hurts, so it's sensitive, and they got another appointment a week later. So I made an appointment, but I didn't feel like going back, and I wasn't sure, if she is this like something with her skills or what is it. And so with the help of my husband, we found another dentist which has like a lot more Google reviews and better rating. And my husband himself went there for cleaning, and he said, although he doesn't know the dentist, the impression was like dentist seemed kind. So yeah, I went in for the second opinion, and then it was so different. Like even the receptionists were so nice, and they were patient, like the feeling, especially second language, as a second language speaker, like you feel like the other person is patient and waiting for you, or like they're like, come on, what do you want to say? So at the second dentist office, I felt like the receptionists were so patient, so present with me, and so welcoming to hear whatever I had to say. Or even, sometimes I don't know what I want to ask because I'm so worried. But I felt the space. So I felt good, and she said, she's so comforting and assuring, like, oh, don't worry, our dentist is very kind and she is gentle, don't worry about it. So I went in, and she talked to me, and she's very nice too. You don't feel the hurry, rush in her, like busy dental office or nothing. Like, hi, how are you doing? Like, oh, how can I help you? What's happening? And each step is very careful and slow. Like, okay, we will check your sensitivity because maybe it seems like feeling is okay, but because of the x-ray, the feeling was kind of deep, so it's so close to the nerve, so sometimes it makes it so sensitive, and it seems like there's no medication in between, so blah blah blah, anything, like she was explaining each step. And I'm gonna put something cold here, so when you start feeling it, please raise it, and when you stop feeling it, like lower your hand. I'm gonna start with this one, and please, like, every step she explains, so I know what she's doing and what's happening. And every time she touches my mouth, very gentle. And because I was worried about this, they put Vaseline beforehand, and I was really 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 happy with that. So she gave me, the office gave me second opinion, and then they said, if I'm worried about, because it's a redo, I have to pay. But then maybe if I go back to the original dentist, and maybe they can fix it for free. So it's, perfectly okay for me to go back to the first dentist and get their opinion and come back. So I did go back. I kept the appointment, and I did go back. But what happened was the dentist was like, I explained, like, oh, let's see, and like she just grabbed it and like put the cold thing, and like right in, without explanation. And then like I'm like, oh, it's cold. And like, yeah, sensitive, it's deep, I told you, you need root canal. And like, is that the only option? Which was different from the new dentist telling me, like, yeah, only root canal. Then I felt like it's not so much of, I don't know, money anymore. I have to pay more at the new dentist, but I feel like I don't want to deal with this feeling of not trusting or traumatic, or this rushing, or I have to make a decision now, or I don't know, I don't have so much space. That's what I felt at the first dentist. So I asked for how much the price would be if I do the root canal, and I was wondering if this medication thing that the second dentist was talking about, it will be brought up by the first dentist, but she didn't say that. She said root canal is the only way. So I said okay, and I left, and then I told them like I want to think about it and get back to them. But yeah, it was clear, I had to pay more money with the second dentist, but I think I'm paying for the comfort. If I have to suffer from the pain and fear and not trusting the dentist, it's so much stress for my both body, because I get tense, and then the psychological stress because I keep thinking about it. So today I went back and we did the procedure, and what I like was, oh my goodness, she was so nice. Every time she checked, how are you doing? Please let me know if you feel any pain. And another thing that was great was like they're more like, I think, more advanced in terms of like tools and tech and stuff. So what they used was called IsoLite. It was kind of like a plastic mouthpiece that kind of keep your mouth open, but you don't have to like completely keep it open, but it, so you don't have to, with the usual dentist and then the assistant, suction, and you have to keep your mouth fully open, right? But with this mouthpiece, IsoLite, you kind of keep it this much, and then your lips can relax because it covers your tongue and your cheek, so you don't have to worry about moving it or touching it, because the kind of like silicone thing is around your tongue and around your cheek, and it just whatever the area that the dentist is working on is open, and the suction is going on, so whatever the saliva is automatically sucked in, so you don't have to even try to like suck it, swallow it. So it was so comfortable, and then with the anesthesia, numbed, today, although the work was kind of long work, and then I was tense too, but at the same time, because I don't have to worry about this mouth, I was in a kind of zone sometimes, like almost like meditating, like all the like drilling sound and wing is going on, but at some moment I felt like I was falling asleep, and like that was amazing for someone who's so scared of going to the dentist. So my point is, it's so important to find the right dentist. For me, at least, it has to be a clean office, and it has to, the way the dentist talks or touches me has to be gentle. And yes, this high tech or different tools definitely helps. And the most important thing, I think it's not only about dentist, it just applies to any aspect of life. Having this space and extra time, or kind of extra, I don't know, get this extraness, like margin, whatever you call that, cushion, I don't know what it is, but I felt that at that new dental office, and I think that's worth the redo fee cost, whereas I could have done it, like differently at the first office. It would have costed more because they said they need to do root canal. But yeah, so it was a kind of a stressful event for me to go to one dentist and go through all the stress, and then have to do it again and finding a new dentist. But I am so happy that I found the dentist I feel so comfortable and I can trust, and I'm so thankful that my husband helped me to find the right dentist. So the keyword, I confirm that for me, this extra space, extra time, or extra energy, this comfort, this margin or whatever is so important. So that was my experience. And how is your experience at your dentist? What's the important thing when you look for dentist, or what kind of stories do you have? Thank you for listening to my YouTube channel. See you next time.